Hi everyone, my name is Kim, and I had done a video during the day, and or continuing to talk about the different types and when they are under stress, what loops and what grips they fall into. Just did the INFJ. Now I'm going to focus on ESTP. Now, ESTPs, they are fun-loving people, action-oriented people. They just live life to the fullest. Love going on adventures. They love freedom. They love to just enjoy life, do what they want to do and what they enjoy. All right, so when they're under stress, we're gonna talk about their grip first, and that is the NI grip. Okay, so what happens here is that when ESTPs are in the NI grip, they are, ignoring, they're bypassing SE, their dominant function. That dominant function is, it's dynamic, it's, energetic, and it infuses ESTPs with that dynamic energy and that charisma, that, being charming. So SE, yeah, and they're grounded. They're in the moment. They're in the here and now. They are, SE. It can motivate ESTPs. To do fun things, to do action-oriented things. But when they're in the NI grip, they're not thinking about their SE. They're not thinking about the here and now. When they're in the NI grip, they're really overly worried and kind of overthinking. Towards, thinking when it comes to their future. It's negative possibilities, future possibilities, or future outcomes. So NI it's negative for them, when this type is healthy, NI, it helps ESTPs it helps them to be more future oriented, to go beyond the here and now and to think in terms of their future. Maybe they have some goals in the future they want to set for themselves and do down the road. Having these goals and they have a certain path they want to be on to meet those goals down the road. But so that's NI, but that's in a healthy state for ESTPs. And even though it's last, when an ESTP is healthy, NI for them, it's positive. It's a positive function. So there isn't, worrying and overthinking about future possibilities. It's more positive. They have things to look forward to down the road. Okay, so when they're in the NI grip, they are also, they're bypassing their TI. TI helps them to be logical, to see if something makes sense, to see if or to spot any kind of contradiction, to look for that. And TI, for them, analyzing. They're analyzing the data, the facts, get all their facts straight and analyze them to see if they all make sense, logical sense. So that is TI for ESTPs when they're healthy. But when they're under stress and in the NI grip, they are not focusing on NI or TI, sorry. The next function they are not focusing on, or they're bypassing, is FE. Okay, FE, it helps them to get along with people and to connect with people. FE for them, FE's is a function that it helps ESTPs to be charming, because they can be charming. But when they're in the NI grip, they don't have that charm, So they're bypassing their FE, and so it's just relying on NI, which is it's negative, negative future possibilities. So that is ESTP's NI grip. Now we're going to talk about when they're under a lot of stress. We're going to talk about their loop, and their loop is SEFE. Okay, so they're in two extroverted functions. So when they're in SEFE, they are bypassing their introverted thinking. They're bypassing their NI, yeah. So they're bypassing their introverted thinking, and they're bypassing their introverted intuition. Okay, so when they're in this loop, this SEFE loop, they worry so much, and really, they really want the validation, and they worry so much about how others view them. They want to, I guess they worry about their reputation. They worry about, how people view them, how they come across to people. They want the validation. They want to be included in things, and to be a part of the gang, part of the group. They don't want to be left out. And so that's one aspect of being in the loop, the SEFE loop. Another thing is that they're bypassing their other functions. They're bypassing introverted intuition. which helps them to focus on future goals, to be more future oriented. When they're in the SCFE, they're not thinking about future goals. They're not thinking in terms of the future. They're not, they're not thinking in terms of being future oriented, and setting goals for themselves and going on a path that will help them reach their goals down the road into the future. So they're not doing those things. SE, FE, when they're in that loop, they're not. It's just here and now. It's just present. It's not thinking in terms of the future, because it's bypassing NI. FE, FE. When ESTPs are in this loop, they want the validation. They want to be included with the gang, with the group. They worry about what people think of them, how they come across to people. Another function they're bypassing is I mentioned their NI, also their TI. Okay, so they're not focusing on their TIs. So TI, it helps them to be logical, helps them to, figure out, it helps them to problem solve in practical ways, of course. So they're bypassing those two functions, and those two other functions, like their NI and their TI, it balances them. So, okay, my time is getting a little bit over here, but I'm going to explain how they can get out of that loop and grip. So they have to get back to SE. They have to get back to activities that they enjoyed. Get back to SE, get back to those sensory things, those sensory experiences that, make them make the most out of their life. It makes them enjoy life so much, and that's what they ultimately want. They want to get the most out of life. When they get back into SE, they're more balanced, and they're much more happier. All right. I hope that you guys enjoy your evening, and I hope this video, if you're an ESTP, maybe this video can help you. If you're ever under stress and you're in the SCFE loop or in the NI grip, I hope that this, will help you out. All right. I'm going to say goodbye now.